Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn my volume down here. This is Mike and Tyler from That Town Entertainment doing another indie play. This week it's To the Moon, which is an RPG.
Always wanted to go to the moon.
That's actually what this guy wanted. It's really just a sad game.
Well, thanks for the warning.
You're not going to see all the sadness because it took me like 3 hours to beat the game.
Okay.
But basically it's just an RPG, and it's very, very story-based. There's not a lot of action that goes on. But the music direction...
Music is very good.
The music is very good. And the story is very, very good. It's just, there's not a lot of action. The gameplay is really, really simple. So if you're looking for a really gameplay heavy, if you're looking for a really gameplay heavy game, look somewhere different. And it takes forever to get started, by the way. So I'm just gonna jump us ahead a little bit.
So give me a little bit of a run-in.
What do you mean?
Give me up to speed. What's happening?
Okay, so basically the way the game starts is you're seeing something going on in a house. There's children playing, and all of a sudden you hear a car crash, and some scientists get out of the car and they argue with each other. And basically what this game's about is these scientists work for a corporation that can go into someone's memories.
Uh-huh.
And adjust the way that they remember things.
Okay.
But they're experiencing these people's memories usually from back to front.
Okay.
So
from most recent to...
Yeah. So it's like whatever their most recent memory is. And they generally just do the memory... They do the same for people that are dying.
Abstergo Industries Animus style.
So yeah, sort of.
Okay.
But it's for other people. And it's like you'll see it in a minute. This guy will talk about it. But this old guy here, wants to remember going to the moon.
Okay, so, alright, so it's like Inception. He's implanting the idea in his head that this thing happened, even though it didn't actually happen.
It didn't actually happen. He's just, the goal is to remember him going to the moon.
To feel like you lived a fulfilling life when you really didn't.
You would think that. It actually, there's a reason he wants to go to the moon, and he can't remember why.
No, he probably went before and left something important there.
Yeah, I think he kicked a football up there or something.
Okay.
But there's a lot of creepiness that happens, right here. It's just a room full of bunnies.
What is that? A room full of...
They're like paper bunnies.
That's interesting.
Yeah. See, this is all at the beginning of the game. You're like, what's going on? Because I was just like, oh, I'm enjoying the music. I'm about to get into this guy's head. It took me like 20 minutes to get this far.
Did you take the platypus?
I took the platypus. It's actually important too.
Okay, good.
And they tell you that there's more of these things in the lighthouse. You can go to the
More
lighthouse.
of the
platypi? More of the bunnies. See, there's the lighthouse. Also important.
Okay, there's some sort of...
They named the lighthouse.
Some sort of EKG in the background. Oh,
yeah, also, this is the only combat scene in the whole game.
Really?
Yeah, this is the only combat that happens.
In the whole game?
In the whole game. You'll see why. It's against a squirrel.
Tsunami kick.
Or shoe. Or other shoe. Yes, and here.
Okay, so you attack a squirrel.
You're like, I'm going to attack the squirrel, and they're like, no, you're abusing animals. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's really just entirely story-based. You do walk around and you interact with things, and there is more gameplay, but it's very, very light. You're really just experiencing the story and the music.
Interesting. Yeah. The soundtrack is very good.
So this is the first time you're in one of those memories, and you can kind of tell because it's kind of doing this
okay,
fuzzy TV thing, which doesn't do that in the real world. Like 2 times you're ever in the real world.
Okay.
And you're talking to him, and this is when he's like, "Oh, you're here to take me to the moon, aren't you?" See? And that's what you're doing.
Is the lighthouse secretly a rocket ship?
No. So this is like some of the gameplay. You find these points in his memories that can take you back to other memories. Older memories.
Does that point in his memory turn into a paper bunny?
The paper bunny is like I activated the paper bunny, and then I'll go back into another memory that has to do with the paper bunny.
Okay, so you can follow...
Yeah, you're following them.
Okay.
And the paper bunny's over here. You probably can't see it because it's kind of dark. There's a lot of areas of the game that are really dark. And also, this song is kind of sad. But like I said, beautiful music direction in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't show it, but the anchor for that was this umbrella, and so he's holding the umbrella above the grave to his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow the umbrella's memory back to when his wife died.
Yeah,
How
or,
far back do you have to go in his life span
like,
to take him to the
pretty
moon?
much all the way back to the beginning. So
When he was a young man?
So then you follow, I think, like the platypus, which is. I don't want to give too much away. That platypus pretty much stays the entire game.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, so this song you hear a lot during the game,
Uh-huh.
but he just wrote it for his wife, like as she was dying. Like the kids were playing it at the very beginning of the game.
Oh. It's a funeral dirge.
I don't know if I included it. I don't want to include it in the video, but they talk about the lighthouse here and how they want to watch over it and stuff. Because it's like really important to them. They actually get married in front of it.
Okay.
And I think there's more importance that goes on with that. But like I said, it's really just story. Because like see here's where they're building the house and stuff. You know, I'm
And
trying
he
to.
found out she was sick at this point?
Yeah, he's like, you know, we're building this house and she is sick, and she can be cured, but the medical bills are really high, so we wouldn't be able to build the house. And if you're paying attention to the previous scene, she says, build the house, don't worry about the medical bills. And watch over that there lighthouse. After about this point, I decided I would stop recording. Because, again, there's not much gameplay. You walk around, you interact with little objects that will give you, like, anchor points. And then you go back further in time, you're just unraveling the story.
It seems like a very story-intensive...
Yeah, it's like 3, maybe 4 hours.
You're in the mood for a good feel story, and you just want to go through it.
Yeah, you think it would get better as you're getting younger. You're like, oh, okay, it starts out with them dying.
So it can only get better from there, right? No.
And then,
Okay.
like, it gets better, and then it gets worse, and then it gets really, like, sappy.
Okay.
So we'll just end with this song here. I've really suggested it, like, if you're looking for just a story, a good 3 or 4 hours maybe, sit down and play. If it's not your thing, don't worry about it. But it is available on Steam. It's a good game. I spent about, I think, 3.5 hours last week playing all the way through it. Didn't have any achievements or anything. There's like a target time for completing all the puzzles, but I think I got like maybe 1 or 2 of those.
Well, there you go.
It's
better
not,
than nothing.
Not required. It doesn't do anything extra for you. Yeah, check it out. There's a link in the description. And come back next week when we will either be talking about an indie game or making one.
Making one.
You know, we might play a little Project Spark or something. Who knows?
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.